There was a fire at the local bread company last night. It's really sad. The business is toast. Hey kids, Adam here. Today we're going to do something kind of fun. I'm going to show you how to make that blooper beep sound effect in Reaper. You know this one? Space Eater, I swear to God, I'm going to smash this thing into a million pieces one of these days. Or if you have like a blooper gag reel like this. Hey kids, Adam. Hey kids, Daddy. Hey kids, Adam. I give up. So I'm going to show you how to make that in Reaper. So the first thing, I did some searching around and I found that the typical tone for the blooper or the bleep or the bleeping blooper is 1000 hertz or 1 kilohertz. Next, I found that the typical, in that like gag reel or the blooper reel, the length is 120 milliseconds. So I'm going to show you in Reaper how to do that. Let's head over there right now. All right, here we are in Reaper. This is a brand new project. First thing I want to do is right click and do insert new track. I want to mute it and bring the fader down. I'll show you why in a second. And then add a new effect. And I want to type in the word tone here. The one you want to look for is JS tone generator. Now, as I said earlier, the sound we want is 1000 hertz or 1 kilohertz. That's all we should have to do in there. Close this down now. When I unmute it and bring the volume up, we should have one of the more annoying sounds you've ever heard. And that's why I had you mute it. What we need to do is we need to set up a range to record this, and we want that range to be exactly 120 milliseconds. A couple things we need to do here. First, when we're at the beginning of the project here, just hit M to add a marker. Next, go over and check off this toggle repeat or hit the R key, and then undo your snap enabled or Alt S. Next thing we want to change the ruler. Normally it's in measures and beats per measure. We want to change this to time. So if we want to go minutes and seconds, and then we want to scroll way, way, way in until we start seeing the numbers in here. And if you look at this number right here, we want this to be .120. So just kind of move the head over here until it's 120, and then M and do another mark. So now if we double click anywhere in between these markers, it selects the whole thing. Now we want to record enable this, but we also want to just record the output of the track. So I want to right click on this, choose record output mono. But no reason to make a stereo blooper track. We're not getting fancy or anything here. Now we're all ready to record. What we need to do is we need to bring the sound up. So I apologize for this. I'm going to bring the sound up. I'm going to hit Control R, and then I'm going to stop it. And then I'm going to mute the sound, and then we'll continue. All right. If we go back to the beginning of the project, now we have a waveform. And you can see it in here, and it's exactly 120 milliseconds long. Right now, I can delete the tone generator off this track. And if we play it, we have this 120 millisecond tone. So the last thing we want to do is we want to render it out to a WAV file that we can use really anywhere. So we'll do file render here, put it into my videos directory, call it beep. The only thing you want to make sure of is that you uncheck this tail. Otherwise you got 120 millisecond sound with a 1 second tail on it. And then choose wave. Everything else should be able to stay the same. Now if we go look in our videos directory, we have a WAV file. We can drag this back into Reaper and it's the exact same thing. Compare one to the other. We'll mute this first one. Same thing. All right, let's put this into action. First thing I want to do is I have like a blooper reel that I usually put at the end of my videos that has a couple clips and then a bleep in between. Let's bring in a video I did into Reaper. And then if we do video window or Control Shift V, we can just play this quick. Hey kids, Adam here, and today we're Hey kids, Adam here. Today we're gonna talk. Hey kids, Adam. You get the picture. First thing we want to do in Reaper, right click on your item, and we want to split the video from the audio. So if you go to item processing and do explode multi-channel audio or MIDI items to new 1-channel items, it makes new channel items. It'll mute the source, which we don't really want to do. We want to unmute the source. You want to right click on this, do source properties or control F2, and you want to ignore the audio because we're going to process the audio in these subtracks first. And Reaper creates 2 of them. We only need 1, so we're going to delete 1. So now we have the same thing. Hey kids, Adam here, and today, but if we mute the second one, we still have video, we don't have audio. This is perfect. The last thing I want to do is I want to take this track and move it out of the folder. So we have the audio and video separate. And I don't want the audio to be processed. Anything I do in the video track to be processed in the audio. So the last thing we want to do here is add in the actual beep in between and edit down the clips so we have only the clips we need. So highlight the first item, shift click on the second item, and either right click and do a group items or hit G. And that way we move everything and it stays. So what we want to do is just kind of edit these down. I want to go over and hit split here. Edit these over. Split like right there. I have a kind, and these don't have to be exact. I have a kind of set up for music more than video editing. So hit split here and there. All right, next thing I want to bring in the blooper beep wave file that I created. So I can create this and just drag it on a new track. And then I'm going to hold down Control and click and drag this up to the track. And then we can just bring in these over and keep doing this one by one. Control click. Drag the audio and video over. Control click. And then we can either leave the beep in the beginning or mute this track out. And our finished product is this. Hey kids, Adam here, and today we're Hey kids, Adam here. Today we're gonna talk. Hey kids, Adam here. Today we're gonna do a blooper reel on Okay, I quit. So there you go. There is how to create a blooper reel for the end of your videos or just a kind of a gag joke video, you know, that kind of thing. I did this on a number of things. Almost every video now I'm putting this at the end of the videos just because I like to have fun with this thing. Let's look at how to bleep out curse words. I'll be right back. Hey everyone, it's Future Adam coming to you from sometime in the future. One thing I forgot to mention is that we need to create a second tone generated file for blooping out words. So the 120 millisecond one works great for in between your bloopers, but if you have a word that's longer than 120 milliseconds and you want to blurp that out, bleep that out, blurt, bloop, one of those, you need to have a longer file. So I've recreated the situation here. All we need to do is create a longer selection. And we'll make this, say 2 seconds. And then do the same thing where I'm going to unmute this, I'm going to record it, I'm going to mute it, and then we're going to go back. All right, so now we can remove the plugin, unmute it. We'll go to render it, and we'll call this like beep 2 seconds. Make sure we uncheck the tail again. We'll render it. If I bring this back in, we should have a beep file that's 2 seconds long. All right, now we can use this and go back in the past into the future into the file that we're working on. I don't know, let's do one of these snap things and see what happens. All right, thank you for the visit from future stuff. Well, we can't say that because we wouldn't know, because it wouldn't be the future. And we wouldn't know where it came from. All right, so now let's say we have a video where we want to bleep out any bad words like curse words. So let's bring the video file in. And in this one, let's just say we want to blurt out the word corn dog. Corn dogs are often served as street food or fast food. For the best and freshest preparation, some vendors or restaurateurs dip and fry their corn dogs just before. So we do kind of the same thing. Right click on this. We want to explode these out into separate channels. We want to delete the extra because we're writing in mono here. We want to unmute that, and then source properties, ignore audio. And now we have an audio check. I'm going to blow this up a little bit. And then let's bring in our 2-second beep on a separate track. There's a couple different ways we can do this. We can either put the beep on a completely separate track, or we can put it and mix it into the actual track. It's hard to tell which way is best. I've done both. For now, I'm going to do it on I'll just mix it in the original track because we should be able to move that around a little bit easier. So start playing here and see where we need to put this in. Corn dogs are off. It's right about there. We can delete this out. We can copy this in and then of course move it over because we don't want to take the whole thing up. And if we start playing this again, dogs are often served as street. That's pretty good. Dogs are often served as street food or fast food. For the best and freshest preparation, some vendors or restaurateurs dip and fry their corn. So corn dogs next is up here. Corn dogs. This one's a little easier. We can easily see where the words come in. So this is corn, this is dogs. So split this here, split that here, delete it out. Go find our file and do the same thing. We want to do just a little overlap just so we don't get any dead air. Some vendors or restaurateurs dip and fry their just before serving. Sounds good. Just before serving. Some corn dog. Oh, there's another one. Corn dog. Perfect. Same thing. And I'm just eyeballing this where the video and the audio goes. It doesn't have to be perfect. Some purveyors sell pre-made frozen corn dogs. Oh, another one. Corn dogs. And you guys get the idea. Dogs are often served as street food or fast food. For the best and freshest preparation, some vendors or restaurateurs dip and fry their just before serving. Some purveyors sell pre-made frozen which have been thawed and then fried again or browned in an oven. Corn dogs. Oh, I missed one. Corn dogs. This one we can delete the whole end here. And just So there it is. How to blurt out bad words like. So if you like this video, this is kind of something a little bit different. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the little bell thing. And if you want to support me a little bit further, there's a link down below to buy me a Coke. Have a great day and happy bleeping. Now we wait a minute for this thing to turn off. Let's see what Jay has to say. I'm sure it'll be something insightful. In other news, I think I've actually successfully blocked the spam callers. So I'm going to show you how to make that blooper beat. All right, so let's put this into action. The first thing we have here is a couple outtakes, and I want to put that 120 millisecond beep.